Hello, welcome to the mobile version of Sims, which is the Sims Freeplay. I'm Crystal, and I would like to talk about some of the basic features of this game. So let's get started. I've been playing this game for around 3 years now, and I've devoted quite an amount of time to build different Sims characters, houses, and expand my map. And let's, let me show you the overall view of the whole city. So as you can see, the Sims Free Play, so everyone has this kind of a similar structure of the entire map. There's the city hall, there's a swimming pool, there's school, there's different places for Sim characters to work. There are different empty lots for players to build their properties for the Sims characters. And there's also this island where we can build more houses, we can build a castle, and all these different extra features for players to play with. And there's the beach. And so I would like to focus on this household today, which is the Spear household. There's Andrew. Andrew is an adult Sims. He happened to have a wife, which is here. She's planting right now, and they also have two babies, two infant Sims. So you can see that the Sims free world is quite well rounded. It contains different age groups and for players to play with. And the core mechanic of the game would be allowing players to input certain tasks through designated inputs on their Sims characters. So right now, as you can see, my Sims is not doing anything because I need to direct him to do something. And in order for me to input things for my Sims to perform would be tabbing the furniture objects. And so these furniture objects would kind of like a satellite mechanic where it supports players' designated actions. And so, for instance, I'm gonna press my fridge where there's a tab where it says leftovers, and it takes 15 seconds, and I want my Sims to do that. And so he's started to eat. And so the core mechanic would be eating, but the satellite mechanic would be the fridge, where it supports the actions. And there are, in the entire house, there are different features. There are different furnitures where my Sims can perform different actions, and I can even let him go to the washroom by tabbing the toilet. And now he's going to the toilet. Yes. So this is the mechanic system of the game. And for narrative structure, according to the nonlinear narrative in games theory and practice, Sims is in a different flavor of gameplay in which player controls their characters. So in another word, player are the players built the narrative structure through the players' decisions on their Sims. I agree with this this explanation on the narrative structure of the Sims, but this is a mobile version of Sims. So I also think that this mobile version of Sims has a open world aspect in its narrative structure. It's because as I have shown you earlier, this is the world that every players have if they have Sims Free Play on their phone, and it's somewhat restricted, so it kind of looks like an open world. It seems like we can do a lot with the game, but it's kind of restricted at the same time because every players would have the same structure except The only difference is how they built their houses and where they want to build their houses. So it's like a open world narrative structure as well. And for uncertainty in this game would be there is a party boat feature in the Sims Freeplay, and now I'm going to tap into it. And what it is I can see a list of players who happen to be playing this game as well, and they are connected on my Facebook, so they're actually my real life friends. I can allow my Sims to visit my friend's Sims world, and I'm gonna let Andrew Spear to visit one of my friend's Sims world. And why is there an uncertainty within the system is because even though I am in Justin's world, happen to be in Justin's Sims world, he does not know that my Sims character is actually in his place. So the uncertainty would be players would not know when other players visiting their Sims world or even interacting with their houses, objects, or even Sims characters. So, for example, if I go to this house and there's Andrew Sphere visiting his neighbor, that's how Sims Freeplay label it. I can play with Justin's dog, and he wouldn't know that I actually interacted with his dog, and this is an uncertainty of the game. And what else can I do in this visiting session would be at the bottom left there's this thing called one active task. If I tap into it, it's actually a feature where I can do with my so-called neighbor. And it says here, if I have a sim catching a ghost around a period of time in his neighborhood, I can gain 1 SP, which is kind of like another bonus reward within the game where I can get some special features. But I don't want to do that today, so I'm gonna make my sim return home and back to my own Sims world. Yes. So back to the Sims world, my own Sims world. I would like to talk about the reward system, and for the mobile version, is quite different from the original one, from the computer version. Is every action actually required a period of time. So, for example, if I want my Sims to check the email on the computer, it would take 40 seconds. And eventually, I'll gain 12 XP, which will be collected towards the upper bar for level increase. So, every actions required different period of time. And for example, I don't want Andrew to check email anymore. I want him to plant beans. It would take 9 hours to plant, and I would gain 928 XP at the end after the 9 hours of planting beans, and as well as 1,260 simoleons. This is a fixed ratio system. It's because I think the required time length of each action is a pause for players to wait for a reward. So the longer the pause, the bigger the reward. And this is the reward system of the main reward system of the game. And lastly, the economic system of the game is one of the biggest influential feature of Sims Freeplay, because in order for the players to continue playing this game, players would need to save up enough simoleons to buy more features for the Sims characters. So, for example, houses or or furnitures. If I want to buy furnitures for a home, I would need more simoleons. So yes, see, if I want to buy a new TV, I would need money for buying TV. And so, in order for players to have money, they would need to either work or plan things to make more money. And so it is quite relatable to a real life society, because we need to make money to buy more things. And so, for example, I want my sim to have a career first, by just simply tabbing the city hall or something, and I'm gonna employ this sim to work in as a politician here, and she'll make money. And if I continue making the sims go to work at a politician, then we'll make more money, and then we can buy more things and to have more different actions. And so this is the basic economic system of the game. But if and the smart thing about this economic system is that it keeps it in a cycle somewhat. Because if we don't have money, the game basically has no more continuously features for players to play with. And so for each, in order to balance out the game without making it going to the end, become and letting the game to become endless, there are free coins, free simoleons that players can collect every hour or every minute. So I can collect 5 simoleons or 10 simoleons or even up to 60 simoleons depending on the building. And this what makes the game endless and fun. And so this is some of the basic features that I would like to talk about today. I overall think this game is very fun, and is very easily adaptable for any kind of players. This game is actually by EA, and they have been doing a very good job over, I think, the past 3-4 years, because they're constantly updating new features for players to do with their Sims characters. So to make the game not as boring as it is, because if every day the players just do the same thing, it'll eventually become a very boring game. So they constantly have new tasks for players to play, to interact with their Sim characters. So eventually there will be more new features for players to collect or whatnot. So yes, this is the Sims Freeplay, and I hope you have enjoyed my introduction about this